So, Stripes and Links. That is the story that is going currently on in the Sabrina online series. And we basically are at a point right now to where if Eric W. Schwartz wanted to, he could spin off what is about to happen in the recent pages, the ones that came out last week, that is. He could spin that off into his own little mini comic on Four After Dark. Basically, it's an interaction between Tina and Zig Zag that pretty much you put it on Sabrina Online, you're going to get a lot of trouble because that's supposed to be more of a PG-13 like comic and story series. But be that as it may, they do stop at a hotel, only one bed, and of course, they're going to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of extracurricular activities before they move on with their, I guess you could say, their trip the next day. So they stopped at a hotel and everything. It's not the best, but the one thing about Zig Zag here is, she just, she wants to keep a low profile, so that way, it's not like, basically word will get out that she's heading in a certain direction. And I think that's the one thing about this story. She wants to keep a low profile, mainly because I think, in my opinion, she doesn't want her family to know she's showing up because she wants answers. She wants to know basically, okay, why do I act like this? Why am I doing something that I shouldn't be doing, even though it's my way of showing affection, but it goes overboard? So yeah, she's trying to keep a low profile, and I do enjoy that. I really do enjoy that, seeing that she's trying to, not bring attention to herself, because obviously she knows that she's very well known across the board, mainly because of who she is and what she does. But I do like that. She does appreciate Tina coming along with her on the trip and everything. And Tina's like, hey, no problem. I have nothing else really to do. But yeah, they basically, I appreciate the direction they're going in with it because she's trying to keep a low profile. And what's interesting about that, again, is she's very appreciative of Tina coming with her on this trip. She even acknowledges all the crazy shit, if you will, that she goes through, and Tina's usually the one that tries to rope her in if she goes a little too far. And Tina's like, well, yeah, have you ever listened to yourself sometimes? And Zig Zag's like, not if I have to, or not when I really want to, or something like that. And then, of course, basically, that's when they start kind of getting into the intimacy and everything. Because Zig Zag, she says, oh, look, everything you do for me, sticking by me, I really do appreciate it. And Tina's like, it's not a big deal. And that the other reason is, Zig Zag's just too damn sexy to leave alone. And that's where, the comic ends and they get ready to, get it on. And like I said, if he wanted to, he could spin that off into a little mini comic on Four After Dark with them getting it on with each other. But Stripes and Links, again, to me, I think it's a very good story. I like the direction it's going. I like the fact that, we might find out more but we probably will find out more about Zig Zag's past. And like I said, she's going to hopefully in story, along with us as the readers, the viewers, find out exactly why she acts the way she does. I mean, let's be honest. For any of us that have followed this comic series for a long time, we kind of have a clue as to why she does what she does. But for her to finally find out that truth as to like, okay, where is this being triggered from? Is there anybody else in my family that is like this? It's going to be nice to see. As far as Endora goes and Sabrina, I think Sabrina's going to get some answers from her mom. And like I said in that little review I did before I went in for orientation, I think honestly what would be just one of the biggest, WTF, situations is if we find out that Endora has a connection to Zig Zag's family. Like maybe Zig Zag's mom and Endora know each other from a long ago. Maybe they were roommates at college, or they were maybe naughty vixens, if you catch my drift, at a club. I don't know, but there's something there. And I think the more we read into this, the more clues are going to be, delved out, and, for us to kind of, really try to piece the entire story together, piece the situation together. I mean, like I said, there's this image going around where basically you have a young Sabrina, on a sidewalk looking at something, and she's looking at somebody walking by, and the person walking by her is a young Zig Zag. So that's an image that was officially, I think, done by Eric W. Shorts or Max Black Rabbit. I don't know who, but it's one that obviously is going to maybe, or if not has, played a part in this story happening, and maybe, that situation to where, hey, there's that revelation, these two individuals, these two friends, employer and employee, their families, or at least their moms or whoever, know each other from the past, which is why Endora is so silent about it, because maybe what happened when she got kissed by Zig Zag, it was a moment that reminded her of being kissed by maybe Zig Zag's mom or something. We don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But again, what I do like about the story is here you have Tina and Zig Zag going across country to get answers themselves, primarily from her family. And on the other side, you have Sabrina being like, hey, Mom, I need you to give me answers. You need not to hide from this. You need to basically give me answers as to what the heck is going on, so that we can, figure this out. And hopefully maybe she lets her mom know, look, Zig Zag is going out of her way right now across country to get answers herself. So maybe if you give me answers, we could find some kind of common ground as to what is really going on. And I truly believe, and others have agreed with this, that it might become a revelation, as I mentioned earlier, that Endora might have a naughty past. She might have a naughty past that, she doesn't want to be let known, that she made a promise of, hey, once I get married, I'm putting that side of me aside, I'm putting that side of me away. I'm hiding it, never to be, mentioned again. And well, here we are. We're at that moment to where it might be mentioned again, but we'll have to see. We'll have to find out exactly, what they have in store, what they have in mind when it comes to that possibility. Not saying it's going to be something that they reveal, but it will be interesting to see, how it's revealed, if it is. But I'm liking the story so far. I will agree that it's something that, if you've been following the story for so long, the series for so long, I think it's long overdue. I know people like Bob Show and Raven Fox, they're probably appreciative of this. I know others that follow Sabrina online, as well as Forever After Dark by extension. I'm sure they're appreciative of this. So it's going to be nice to see the progression with this story. And like I said, if he wants to, he could do a spin-off, series or spin-off comic in Forever After Dark with Endora and Zig Zag, and maybe her mom, if her mom's involved, and doing a three-way, or it's just Zig Zag and Endora doing it. Heck, like I said, he could do one right now with Tina and Zig Zag, and that's an ambulance and, police going down the road. Something's going on. Something's always going on at night around here. I do apologize. But anyway, he could, or Eric W. Shorts, like I was saying, could probably do something like that, even currently with the Tina and Zig Zag situation. But we'll see. We'll see what occurs. But I like what's going on. I appreciate what's going on. And I fully recommend you guys check out SabrinaOnline.com. Keep up with the story. It is definitely worth reading. And again, there's a lot of longtime fans that are probably happy this moment is happening now, and that will hopefully get some answers to what is going on, and maybe some revelations. Because to me, you don't do a story like this without some kind of revelation or two coming out about certain parties involved, that being Endora and maybe Zig Zag's family and so on. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Comment down below, like the video, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel, check out my Teespring store. Link is in the description at the bottom of the description, as well as check out my content elsewhere. Links will be there in the description box where you can find me, as well as check me out at deviantart.com at BVW1979, guys. But let me know what your thoughts are, ladies and gentlemen. Love to hear what you have to say about this. Let me know if you're keeping track on it. And until then, I'm out.